Just think of it this way. Every word you speak and every thought you think creates your future. And just think, what if I really wanted to live like what I'm thinking right now? You know, is this thought something that I want to experience for myself? Hi, my name is Marinella, and if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. I have a playlist here called Mind and Soul Makeover, where I talk about empowerment, learning to love ourselves, just things that I've learned along the way on how to deal with everyday situations. So the first thing that we're going to talk about are habits. And trust me, you want to learn about this because this is what's going to help you stay on track. So habits, when it comes to your mentality, are things that you do on an everyday basis that are going to help you feel your best. For example, it is very common, it happens to me and it happens to a lot of people, that we get negative thoughts in our head, and that is our minds just, on like protection mode. But creating a positive mindset is something that takes work on an everyday basis. It just doesn't happen overnight. Something that you can do when a bad thought arises is to know that you can change it and to replace it with that same thought, but positive. Just think of it this way. Every word you speak and every thought you think creates your future. And just think, what if I really wanted to live like what I'm thinking right now? You know, is this thought something that I want to experience for myself? If not, then you can just go ahead and change it. Something that this is going to help you do is that it's going to just change the way you perceive things, because when you change your mentality for the positive, then everything around you changes. And you guys know that I'm a firm believer that affirmations are a way of changing your mentality, but a lot of what you see on social media, the things that you engage with, are going to affect how you think and how you react to things. If you are following accounts on social media that are making you feel jealous, that are, making you negative, then my advice would be to just unfollow them and not engage with that if you really want to change for the best. So those changes are going to be gradual, but think of it this way. For me, it's God. For some people, it's the universe. When God hears something, he's like, okay, you can get it. But everything in life is a process. It just doesn't happen overnight. It's like planting a seed and expecting to see, a bloomed tree the very next day. No, there's a process and there's a lot of work that goes into that. But just how you feed your body and you're cautious about the things that you eat is the same thing with your brain. The things that you constantly think of, the things that you watch on TV, on social media, or whatever, those things can be just as bad as nasty food. So if you want to change for the best, my advice would be to reevaluate the things that you are doing and think to yourself, where do I want to be in the next 5 years? Do I want to be my best version? This is something I do. Is this something that my highest self would engage in, that my highest self would do? And if they're not, then you have the power to change them. Now we're going to be talking about faith and relationships. So you guys have also heard this. The people that you hang around with, the people that you watch, celebrities, whatever it may be, if they're not aligned with what you want to do in life, then my advice would be to just... I've been around very toxic people throughout my life. I've been around people that are negative, that all they do is criticize. But at the same time, I've also been around people who are positive, who've uplifted me, who've helped me. And whenever I'm around those people, I sense that energy and I'm like, oh my God, like I want to be so much like them. Like I have a friend that whenever you are around her, you feel your best. And I tell her and she's like, no, this is a gift. Like I've had it since I was a kid. And I'm like, my God, I want to be more like that. But for me, it's not a gift. For me, it's something that I have to put in the work. And a lot of people have also told me that one of the reasons why they follow me, one of the reasons why they want to be my friend or whatever, is because of the energy that I have, which is positive, which is always happy. Because at the end of the day, like I don't want to feel bad. I want to feel good, because that is what I want to attract into my life, and I'm sure that's what you want to attract as well. So if you're going through a negative situation, if you're around toxic people, I'm 31 now and my mentality is different than when I was younger. But what you have to keep in mind is that everything in life evolves and changes. And when you are taking from a situation, when you look back on it, let's say 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you are going to think, okay, so that had to happen, or I had to be around that person to be where I am today and to be the person that I am today. Everything in life has a teaching. It all depends how you look at it, and if you learn from it, and if you moved on from it, grew from it, and became an even better person. Now I want to talk about a very important topic, just experience that I want to share with you if you are trying to take action and see change in your life. So in life, you're going to learn, my friend, that you take action by taking the next step. When you're first starting out, nobody believes it, but I think once you achieve something, that's when everybody was like, I knew you were gonna make it. But in reality, you have to be your biggest cheerleader, and you have to believe in yourself, and that is the hardest thing out of everything, you know, believing that you deserve it and that you can accomplish it. And on some days you're gonna feel like if you don't, and on some days it's going to feel like, oh my God, I can conquer the world. But it's that consistency of just bettering yourself and how you think and the things that you engage with that is going to help you move forward. Don't put yourself in a box. What society defines as success might not be what success is to you. It's getting late, that's why like the lighting has changed. For example, for some people, success might be being a mom, success might be being a wife, success might be, you know, opening a restaurant. You don't have to be like rich and famous to feel successful. Like there are things on an everyday that make you feel good, and I think that is what success really is, and that is something that I've learned, is whatever makes you feel good. That is what success is. Also, something very important is that you need to let go of being a perfectionist. And why is that? Have you ever met, be honest, have you ever met anyone who is perfect? No, you haven't. The only being that is perfect is God. You can put in as much work as you want, you can do as many things as you want, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna be perfect. There's always going to be a flaw. So don't aim to, you know, for things to be perfect. Don't aim to start a project until things are perfect. It's never going to be perfect. You know, that's just how life is. And always think that you can do it. Always think that, like, train your brain to be automatic, because little by little, like, you're telling yourself that every day, and you are going to start believing it, and you are going to rewire your brain. So when the time comes that you don't feel motivated, you already know that you can do it. And even when it comes to like accomplishing a dream, like I've seen people here on YouTube, because I put like a lot of dedication into whatever I do, and I see people and I'm like, my God, if they were able to accomplish it, then I can too. Why not? Why can't you accomplish something that other people have? You can do it. Like I told you, it just takes time, it takes work, and it takes patience. And that's something that you have to ask God for on an everyday basis. And that is a tip when you do your prayer, ask God for wisdom and patience. Now I want to talk to you about life teachings. I am 31. Yes, there are people that are older than me, but I've been through some things, and there are things that I want to share with you guys because I know that these videos are very helpful. Life is always a learning process, and something that I've learned is to never like think that you are better or smarter or know more than other people, because you're going to get stuck. And I've told you guys in the past before, you can always learn so much from somebody else. I grew up with my mom, but I didn't grow up with my grandparents because they had passed away. But I always wished that I had grown up with like grandparents, because they know, like, they've lived through what we went through. I always like to listen to people because I think that that is something that you can grow from that. I always ask for people's opinion, like, do you like this? Do you think I can do this better? Even friends of mine who watch my videos, they can tell you that I ask for them. I'm like, okay, so do you have any feedback? Do you think I can do something better? Is there anything that you see that maybe I can change? And I always listen, because sometimes people see things that you don't see, and that is going to help you grow. Like somebody picked up and they're like, no, you have to work on the audio. And I got a microphone and like it's so much better, and I get so much engagement, and my videos sound better. I listened, and that is an advice that I'm going to give you. Listen to people and always learn something. And the last one, which is an everyday process for me, is learning how to love myself. I think that is something that is so hard, because the way society works and the things that we are exposed to, sometimes we can be our worst critics, and I speak for myself. When I started social media, I said that I wanted to empower and inspire people who were watching my content, And through that process, I learned how to love myself every day more. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I love you. With like your frizzy hair, I love you. I think it's as we grow older and we start comparing ourselves to other people, that's when we start being so judgmental about ourselves. And one of the things, I'm about to end the video because my camera's gonna die, but one of the things that is going to get you very far in life is to always visualize your highest self. And whenever you make a decision, whenever you want something in life, just think, is this something my highest self would do? When you're going to engage in something, just think to yourself, is this something that my highest self wants to accomplish? And make decisions based off of that. I really wasn't going to film this video. I've actually like refilmed this video. I filmed it initially and it was gonna go out, but I didn't like how the video came out, so I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to refilm it. But what I'm trying to get with this is that I hope this information helps you, and I hope that this is something that you learn from, and I will see you guys on my next video. Also support the channel and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Bye.